Hey everybody, Jarrett Rushing, field staffer for Arky Lures and pro staffer for Ducks Pack and H2O Sports and Marine. Here today to give you a recap of the 2019 Stop 4 for Arky BFL at Greers Ferry. Y'all had a bang up practice, did really well, and sadly, the day of the tournament sucked it up. From what I've been told, a lot of the anglers had rough times out there. A bunch of their big fish done moved out, and that's exactly what happened to me. You can go follow me on Facebook and see some of the pictures that I posted. I was catching some very, very good fish on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in practice. But y'all, today just wasn't that day. Now, what I wanted to do is kind of tell y'all a little bit about what I did on Greers Ferry, because I have a lot of people ask me every single tournament, what'd you do, how'd you do it, and everything else. Y'all, the two baits that were absolutely the deadliest on Greers Ferry this week for me was the River to Sea Model 90 Whopper Plopper in the I Know It color, and a 1/4 ounce chartreuse and white Booyah spinnerbait with a gold willow and a silver Colorado bait. Those two baits were absolutely phenomenal. Now, as a secondary backup, I was actually throwing an Arky Express jig rigged with a watermelon Arky crawdad trailer. Catching a couple of smallmouth that had moved in, did real well on that. Y'all had to scratch all of that today. The guy fishing with me today did not catch many fish on a jig. I was throwing moving baits the majority of the morning, so what I decided to do is shorten my profile, make my profile of my bait smaller, and I picked up Old Trusty. What I did is I took a 1/8 ounce Arky crappie jig, and I rigged a Zoom watermelon red finesse worm through the head with an exposed hook, and that's how I caught fish. Y'all, today at 11 o'clock, I had one fish, one Kentucky, for about, I'd say 11 or 12 ounces, right at a 12-inch line burner. And I had talked to God several times and asked him what I needed to do, and directly I look up and the camera boat came flying by. Carlton Wing and his crew stopped in to visit with us, asked if they could video us and put a mic on us. They did, and whenever that happened, I caught two keepers in front of them on this setup, this finesse rig setup. My partner actually caught a keeper smallmouth and a short black, and then I actually caught a walleye, all on that finesse rig setup. But y'all, even whenever times are getting bleak and you don't think that you've got a chance, and it looks like the world's crumbling against you, if you just talk to God a little bit, he'll send you a sign. The sign that he sent me in order to shorten my profile up is I was fishing a little cut on the south end of Sugarloaf Mountain that I've caught some fish on before, and the fish were there, we could see them, but they weren't hitting any moving bait. My partner was throwing a jig, I tried to throw a TRD at them, and finally I just said I got to go back to the Old Trusty. And something told me, good Lord put it on my heart, said grab a hold of what you've caught fish on before and throw it. So I picked that up, ended up catching two short smallmouth in that little cove. Whenever I did, it just spoke to me. It was like, look, I've got a bank up there that we've been catching some smallmouth on. I got to go back and try it, and lo and behold, we did catch the fish. So that's what I did this week. No big secret. There's nothing special about it. Just run a spinnerbait on 15-pound monofilament, a plopper on 15-pound monofilament, the jig on 17-pound fluorocarbon, and the finesse rig on 10-pound monofilament, all on loose rods, the All-Star rod, the Mach speed stick, the TPS, and just the loose speed spool spinner rig combo. So y'all, again, nothing special. I hope this helps some of y'all. Water's high right now, but I think this pattern will hold up for a while. So y'all get after it, and I'm gonna wait this storm out. Looks like we got some tornadoes coming in tonight. So while I do that, y'all keep chucking.